Happy to see you again. In this podcast, language becomes power, and power becomes purpose. Yes, mastery, even if your English teacher once said, your grammar is fighting for its life. In every generation, a small group rise above the noise. Not because they were born with talent, but because they chose mastery. Mastery, my friend. If you're not hungry, please pretend. It makes the podcast feel appreciated. Welcome to the Elite English Learners Podcast, the home of those who refuse to stay ordinary. Because ordinary people say a communication. Here we say it with chest, accent, confidence, and unnecessary hand movements. Here, we don't just study English. We weaponize it. We turn words into confidence, language into leadership, and discipline into destiny. Destiny is not ready for you. Destiny is somewhere in the corner doing warm-ups like, please, don't make them pronounce me again. This is not a classroom. This is training. A place where your mind sharpens, your voice strengthens, and your future is built brick by brick. Brick by brick. Not cement by cement. Because we ran out of budget, this podcast is built on pure ambition and 3 hours of sleep. If you are hungry for English mastery, if you want leadership that stands under pressure, if you want self-development with real results, and self-mastery that makes you unshakable, you're in the right place. If you are not hungry, please go eat first. We don't teach English to starving warriors. Here, we blend English language with ancient wisdom, modern strategy, Stoic principles with practical tools, evidence-based insights with real human stories. This is basically a buffet, but instead of food, we serve life upgrades. Because strong communication isn't just a skill. It's the foundation of a stronger life. And also the foundation of not panicking. When someone says, "Tell me about yourself," and your brain suddenly forgets you exist. So take a breath. Stand taller. Get ready to grow linguistically, grammarly, mentally, professionally, personally. Yes, all 5 at once. This podcast is basically a spiritual gym membership. This is your moment. Your training ground. Your advantage. Once again, you are welcomed. Welcomed with all the love, all the laughter. And if no one told you today, your English is already improving just by listening. And your future self is somewhere smiling like, finally, we're getting our life together. We can do it. Even your grammar believes in US. You're welcome back to the Elite English Learners Podcast, where English mastery meets leadership mastery, self-development and self-mastery. Today's episode is titled, Self-Composure Techniques. Self-composure is not the absence of emotion. It is the mastery of response. It's a skill and a built with techniques. Strong leaders stay calm when life acts like a comedy movie. In every generation, there are 2 kinds of people. Those who react like exploding microwaves. And those who stay composed like monks, even when their life is falling apart like a cheap French chair from Amazon. Self-composure is not a talent. It's not a gift from the gods. It's not a personality type. It is a trained skill, built with techniques that ancient philosophers mastered, modern psychologists measure, and everyday leaders depend on. And if you're learning English, becoming a leader, or simply trying not to yell at someone who walks slowly in front of you, then mastering self-composure may be the greatest skill of your life. Today, we break it down: funny, emotional, evidence-based, and world-class. Let's begin. Fire Section 1: Why self-composure is a superpower. Stoics called it temperantia. Modern neuroscience calls it response control. Your mother calls it, stop embarrassing me outside. According to studies from the American Psychological Association, people with higher emotional composure Make better decisions under pressure. Have stronger relationships. Experience less stress. And are rated as better leaders by their peers. Translation: staying calm makes your life 97% less chaotic. And helps you avoid saying things you will later regret, like, "Fine, I don't care." When you absolutely do care. Face with Tears of Joy short wild story number 1. The coffee incident of doom. 2 years ago, I walked into a meeting like a disciplined warrior. Shirt ironed. Mind sharp. Heart calm. Then someone bumped into me. And my entire hot coffee gracefully poured down my white shirt like a lava waterfall. Everyone froze. My brain said, react like a leader. My spirit said, stay calm. My heart said, this is warm. The room exploded in laughter. Ice broken. Meeting went great. Why? Composure turned disaster into dominance. Section 2, the core principle, the inner gap. Every emotional situation contains 2 moments. The stimulus, something happens. The response, you choose how to act. Between these 2 moments is the gap. That gap is your power. Self-composure means lengthening the gap so your brain catches up before your emotions steal the steering wheel. Modern psychology calls it response latency. Stoics called it pause and judge. Your grandma calls it think before you talk. Face with Tears of Joy short wild story number 2. The day I fought a pigeon. Once, in Paris, a pigeon flew directly into my sandwich. Not near it. Inside it. Inside my lunch. Staring at me like it owned the bakery. For a moment, I felt the ancient warrior inside me say, defend your honor. But instead, I took a breath and said, enjoy your meal, brother. A tourist clapped. Another nodded like I'd achieved enlightenment. I walked away laughing. Self-composure doesn't give you control over life. It gives you control over your reaction, even during pigeon-based attacks. Section 3, Practical Self-Composure Techniques, World-Class and Easy. 1. The 4-second Stoic Reset. Used by athletes, special forces, and calm parents in supermarkets. Inhale for seconds. Hold 1 second. Exhale for seconds. This immediately activates the parasympathetic nervous system, your body's natural calm mode. Do this before replying, reacting, or sending text messages you'll regret. 2. Name the emotion like a scientist. Example: I am experiencing frustration. I am noticing annoyance rising. Not, why is life like this? Naming the emotion reduces its intensity by 40-50 according to UCLA neuroscience research. 3. The 5-step leadership composure formula. Pause. Breathe. Observe the facts, not the story. Choose the best response for the long term. Act with. 4. The future me technique. Ask, what would the best version of me do in this moment? Immediate clarity. Instant maturity. Zero drama. 5. Humor as emotional diffuser. Leaders who use humor, not sarcasm, in stressful moments lower tension by up to 70%, according to Harvard research. Humor gives your brain oxygen. It also makes everyone forget who spilled the soup. Face with Tears of Joy short wild story number 3. The elevator betrayal. I once got stuck in an elevator with 9 strangers. A man panicked. A woman started praying. Someone blamed the architect. Someone blamed me, I don't know why. I simply said, guys, if we die here, at least none of us have to pay rent anymore. People laughed. Fear evaporated. We survived. Yes, the elevator moved again. Do not worry. Humor is not weakness, it is composure wearing a smile. Section 4: Stoic Rules for Unbreakable Composure. Have a checkmark Rule 1. If it's outside your control, release it. Heavy checkmark rule 2. If it's inside your control, handle it calmly. Heavy checkmark rule 3. Never react immediately, respond intentionally. Heavy checkmark rule 4. Your peace is your responsibility. Heavy checkmark rule 5. A calm mind is a leadership asset, not a personality trait. Blackheart Section 5, The Emotional Truth. Self-composure doesn't mean you're emotionless. It means your emotions don't own you. It means anger doesn't speak for you. It means stress doesn't shape your decisions. It means you show up as your strongest, clearest, most honorable self. In a world full of noise, the calm person becomes the leader. Party popper final thought. Life will test you. People will annoy you. Technology will betray you. Pigeons will steal your sandwich. But with the right composure techniques, you don't just survive these moments. You turn them into stories, strength, and wisdom. Self-composure is not the absence of emotion. It is the mastery of response. And mastery is your destiny.